He's not John Carpenter. I'm not Sean S. Cunningham. But we did watch 1981's Student Bodies.
It's me, the heavy breather from every horror film you've ever seen. First I terrorize my victim by the telephone. Then I choose my murder weapon. Then I climb the stairs to surprise my victims. This movie's a comedy, so killing's not so easy. The movie's called Student Bodies, so I picked the typical American high school. Everybody's into sex.
Last night he gave me a hickey right here.
I'm into murder myself, and student bodies are gonna be everywhere. See Student Bodies, a killer comedy.
Is there any point in going through the cast scene as all of them were unknowns and the two leads in this movie never actually appeared in another major motion picture
No,
again?
absolutely not. I didn't bother writing any names down on this at all. No. So this is a spoof. It's one of the first spoofs that I can think of, and there may be others. I don't know. I didn't do that deep a dive as far as that is concerned.
It's very obvious that this is inspired by Airplane and the tone that they're shooting for.
Yes.
Not going to tell you that it hit, but
it hits for me.
Kudos for the effort. Well, I will tell you this. Okay, so this is a very uneven film. And just to go through the plot real quick, we have the initial setup with the call in the house.
Hello? Hello?
I said...
And the jokes that ensue from that.
Julie, you're not responding to my maleness.
Holy shit! No!
And then we immediately jump from that to their funeral.
Stop! How can you think of sex now?
I can never stop thinking about it. Funerals get me hot.
And the two teenagers that were having sex, and therefore they had to die.
What's that?
I'm gonna give you a horse head.
And then we jump from that to the high school, and we get introduced to our plethora of characters, and they go through every horror movie trope that you can imagine on our way to try to uncover who the killer is.
Yeah, our main protagonist is Toby, who's the brunette, and her buddy Hardy, who's the nerdy guy, and their shenanigans as it goes along.
Who could have done these murders?
I don't know. Could have been anybody.
Well, it can't be anybody. It's got to be somebody.
Of course it's somebody, but that somebody could be anybody.
We don't need to do a blow-by-blow on this, because there's, number one, there's a shit ton of kills in here. There's a shit ton of jokes, which you probably won't consider jokes. But I found a lot of them very funny. It's very silly. It's like you said, it's 1981 comedy, and like you said, some of it lands, some of it doesn't.
There were three that landed big for me. The rest of it was kind of a slog to get through. I'm not even going to lie about that. And just to break this out, okay, the whole first sequence with the girl in the house. That worked. That was funny. That actually had me chuckle several times. The bit where, she goes into the kitchen and eats the piece of chicken.
Surprise!
Johnny!
Cut the chit-chat. Let's just do it.
Ooh, what's that chickeny taste?
It's chicken.
And then later on, they have the dad show up, who's apparently super cheap, so he picks the piece of chicken up, and then the bitten piece out, and then rubber bands it together and puts it back in the fridge.
Broken.
That got a laugh out of me.
The mom, when she comes in, is like, I'm paying this girl 75 cents an hour. She don't do the dishes.
She's 75 cents an hour. She didn't wash one dish. Where is that girl?
Maybe she's watching TV.
At 75 cents an hour?
I pay this girl 75 cents an hour. She left the TV running.
Oh, she left the TV on.
Take care of the TV. I'll find her.
And then when the parents show up for the body, she's like, here's the money I owe your daughter.
No, I wanted you to have the money I owed her. It's all there, 5 hours, 65 cents an hour.
I did get a chuckle out of that.
The part where he selects his murder weapons, all the plethora of all the devices he's got, he picks the paper clip. That was funny.
See, that was the indicator to me where this movie was going to lose me. And in that, Airplane does a lot of very fast jokes, and they have 3 or 4 jokes on the screen at the same time, so that if one doesn't land in the foreground, then there's probably one in the middle ground that's funny, and if not, there's definitely one in the background that's hilarious. And this was trying to go for that, but it didn't have the depth of jokes. So like that joke specifically, you brought it up, so we get to analyze.
No, go ahead.
But when he goes to the desk and he opens it up and you see like the arsenal of weapons, it goes on too long. They drag it out. It should have been very quick, but it's like literally like almost a minute long shot, and it's like, come on, let's get to it. The quips in this, some of them are really, really funny. The bit where, she asks him if he's clean and he says, yeah, I just got herpes. I laughed. It was crude and it was hilarious.
So he said you can't wash off herpes.
You clean.
What kind of a question is that? Of course I'm clean. Besides, can't wash away herpes.
Take a shower.
Orders get me hot.
Then we get to the funeral of those two. And the fact that the principal is there and he's like, thanks for coming to the school funeral. That got a laugh out of me.
For me, to look down on the corpses of 2 former students is very painful. And I'll bet it's no picnic for their parents either.
The whole bit where they have like the cheerleading squad behind the caskets, that got a laugh out of me.
Okay, give me a boo, give me a who, give me a boo, boo, boo.
So it's not that there's not jokes in here that are funny, it's that they are so spaced out. And the cast in this is huge, which definitely doesn't help because there's no focus on a lot of the characters. We have Toby and Hardy, which I'm assuming is supposed to be a Hardy Boys joke. I don't know. I'm assuming Toby Hooper is kind of who they were making reference to with the name Toby. But
I guess.
But she's a okay actress. She's not. She's the right kind of girl for a final girl. She's just pretty enough, but she's not the prettiest girl. Weirdly, the one they were trying to put out there as the prettiest girl wasn't the prettiest girl.
No, not at all.
I can never find one. I'll move it. Hey, that's our parking spot.
Great physical beauty can be a handicap, too.
The girl in the first sequence was the prettiest girl, but that's neither here nor there. Now, when you get to the principal, he's kind of funny. When you get to the old lady who they fed prunes to every day and she hasn't taken a dump in 12 years, she is funny.
While you are mere scum, what difference would jail make to you? You'll have fun with the boys. Women don't like you much now. I certainly don't.
But then you have like the janitor who's just, they keep trying to give him this base humor, like, him picking up food off the ground and eating it and peeing in the trash can in the principal's office.
Both directions.
Poor soul, once a teacher, now a janitor.
He does enjoy the raise in pay.
Albert afford hookers.
What works for me as far as him is just his overall appearance and him walking around, him being double jointed. So his limbs are just floating around in just weird kind of creepy ways. It was strange. Another character that, he wasn't a character I really enjoyed, but a character I do enjoy though is the shop teacher and his obsession with horsehead bookends. Cracks me the fuck up. Especially like when he's in class and he's waxing all poetic about horsehead bookends, how like they're the epitome of, wood making.
Today we will learn how to make a horsehead bookend. Perhaps man's highest cultural achievement is the horsehead bookend.
You got all this shit and there's talking and he turns around, he's like, what?
Talking? Starring Horsehead Bookends? Who was that?
The characters that I think were funniest didn't get the screen time they should have. The guy in the wheelchair and his blind friend, and all the banter between them. When they're supposed to be at the football game and they're in the parking lot and he's telling them that they're on the 50-yard line, that was hilarious.
Man, Wills, how'd you get such great seats? A 50-yard line.
Yeah, I used my influence. Give me the money.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was genuinely funny. All of their bits, but they should have put those characters front and center, or at least closer to the front and center. I didn't need all of the teachers. I didn't need the principal, the principal's mother, all that. I didn't need the janitor. We could have done with a few more friends for the group. Because she only really interacts with Hardy throughout almost all of this.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. It would have been better if there was a group of kids to knock off that you said were like in a group and there was interactions between them. But yeah, because all the characters they do kill, you get a few seconds with them. You know, it's like boys with girl, whatever it is, makes them hot.
Couldn't you pick a better place?
I can't help it. Hollow balls get me hot.
Oh, Al, look, stop. It's cold. All this garbage is falling.
The garbage gets me hot.
Can't do it with all these horse heads staring at me.
Can't help it. These horse heads make me hot.
So it's like they introduced them just to knock them off.
Yes.
The lamest jokes in this, the kill count, every time that it's on screen for like a minute. It's like, just flash it and move on. I don't need it blinking.
It's not on there for a minute, and there for like a few seconds.
Yeah, and it kills the joke. You know, the kill count kills the joke every time that there's like, look, the door's unlocked, and they put it on screen with an arrow. It's like you're killing your own setup and delivery on this one. And that's kind of the big thing with this one, is that it's not that the material isn't good, it's that because of the way that it's edited, because of the way that it's delivered, the jokes don't land. So that's...
Well, not all of them, because you just said several times
there's
already.
There's a few of them. There's a few jokes that are
You list off at
funny.
least a dozen already that you said you chuckled at. So.
Half a dozen at best. Half a dozen at best.
I need 2 balloons.
Oh, I happen to have 2. In case I got lucky.
The biggest laugh in this, there's 2 big laughs that this movie got out of me. The first one was the football game, when one team comes out and it's like these, giants, and the other team comes out and it looks like Pee Wee football, and then they do the full game. But even that went on so long that they basically sucked all the humor out of it. And the other joke that got me was just in the middle of the film, for no reason whatsoever, the guy that shows up and he says, for a rated R film, you have to have
full frontal nudity, graphic violence, or an explicit reference to the sex act.
We're not giving you that, so fuck you. And then it just snaps back to the movie. So, that was the one really big laugh that this got out of me. And then after that, it got so convoluted, and rather than it trying to deliver a straight up mystery, it was so busy trying to pay homage to Prom Night and Carrie and all these other horror films that were huge at that time, and it loses itself, and it kind of flattens out all the humor. When she goes to the big prom at the end and she's dressed up as a hooker.
Hey, who is that chick? I don't know, but what a great set of balloons. Ignore them.
And she's telling Hardy, no, I can't be seen with you because everybody knows you only have one friend. It's like they didn't go far enough with that joke. It's like 2-3 people talk to her the whole time, and they could have really gone for broke on that one, and they didn't, and I don't understand the why. And then when we get to the resolution of the murder, where she's trying to find the clues to put it all together, it just goes on and on and on, and then we have the first fake ending, and then we have the weird dream sequence, and then we get the final resolution, which I assume is the real resolution to it. But even that was it was very unsatisfying, and really they didn't have to do anything terribly creative. They just needed to solve the mystery. They didn't need to do all this other crazy shit just to say it was in this movie, so we did that. Haha, it's funny.
I will say this: it is a huge can of worms, and that they're trying shove so many jokes and references and homages and stuff in there that, yes, it does kind of lose its way fairly early in the movie. But I enjoy the quirkiness of it. I enjoy the weird characters. I enjoy the repeating jokes that go through it. Anytime something makes somebody hot, I get a chuckle out of it, no matter what it is, no matter how stupid it is.
All those lithe budding bodies, changing from girlhood to womanhood. Do you realize how that affects a man?
It makes you hot?
And I agree with you too. The resolutions are kind of silly. They don't really pay off. Although it's the first time I remember there being technically 3 killers in a movie. So that was kind of interesting. I forgot about that. And the homage to Carrie at the end where the hand comes out.
Yeah, how did you find this movie? Seriously.
My buddy Sam introduced me to this movie years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, like 30 years ago. And I go back to about once every couple years. And like I said, it's nostalgic for me. I get a chuckle out of it. It's a lot of fun, especially like if you're high and shit like that. It's a lot of fun. If you're drinking.
Yeah, I was sober. So.
No. See, that's
where I went wrong.
That's where you went wrong. This is a movie night movie. This is the trashter piece afterwards. So yeah, if you're with a group of buddies and you're having a good time, this is a lot of fun to watch. If you're watching Stone Sober for the first time and expecting some quality filmmaking, you come to the wrong place.
Well, see, that's the irony of all this, is that I can't complain about the caliber of the filmmaking. Technically, it's well shot. It's well lit. And I mean, with all the night shots that were going on in this, and then all the like hallway shots in the school at dark, those are not easy to light. They're not easy to shoot. And this was 81. This was also a super tiny budget film.
It was like $500,000, I believe.
$510,000 is what this movie cost to make. So to do everything they did, it brought in $5.2 million. Yeah. So it did make money. Yeah.
And this is one of the first. I mean, this is one of the few times we actually review a movie that actually made money.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen too often on this channel.
But here's the funny thing about this. As much as the cast were unknowns, and this was shot in Texas, it was shot in Houston and Katy, Texas. They shot at like 3 different schools, one for the football field, one for prom, and then one for the exteriors of the school itself. But this was written and directed by Mickey Rose, which this is his only directing credit. I don't expect anybody to know who that is. But there was also an executive producer on here. His name was Jerry Belson. And when he got the film back from Mickey, he decided to add material to the film. So this is not straight the director's vision. This is a film that was interfered with by producers who felt they knew better. But here's the irony in all this.
Okay.
Mickey Rose has 41 writing credits.
Okay, what are they?
Which is a really long list. Now, he wrote episodes of The Odd Couple, the TV show, not the movie, but it was the spinoff of that.
Okay.
He wrote episodes for All in the Family. Okay. He wrote episodes for Love American Style, The Love Boat, Charlie's Angels, 227, and Too Close for Comfort. He is storied television writer. And he was a staff writer for 982 episodes of The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
So the guy knows jokes.
The guy knows jokes. He knows skit comedy. He knows how to set up and deliver a punchline that lands. I think his big problem here was talent, because they're all unknowns. They're all nobodies, and they're doing this for the first time. So he's doing the best he can. But then also that interference after the fact, which all it takes is a scene going on 5 seconds too long, 10 seconds too long, and you've effectively killed the joke. That's where Airplane really kills it, because it is just one on top of the other. And you're still laughing at the last joke when the next one smacks you in the face. This one is so spaced out. It kills the film's momentum. That entry sequence, that beginning where they introduce the girl and her boyfriend and the people she's babysitting for, that all is really strong. And then everything after that, you can feel like they're trying to hit that magic 88, 85 minute marker, so they're stretching stuff out, or they're doing these insert shots that you needed a second of it and we get 10, which that doesn't sound like an awful lot, but when you're watching a movie that's this short, all of those extended shots kill your pacing, kill your momentum, kill how funny a joke is or isn't. So I really do think that there's an edit of this film that is probably hilarious somewhere, but it's probably about 65 minutes long. So I can see the potential of this. I also know that, Scary Movie didn't come along for another, 10, 15 years after this, and that was exactly what this is. Yeah. It's parodies of all these, famous big horror films.
But that had, a much, much bigger budget and talent.
Yeah, it had talent.
Really good talent.
But it also...
Some unknown talent, but still good talent.
It kind of shares the same DNA because the Wayans are famous for In Living Color. They cut their teeth doing TV skit and knowing how to time a joke and make it land and make it as funny as possible. And they took that, everything they learned, and went straight to the big screen with it, and they kind of killed it. So this has that same DNA. It's got the same background. It's got the same kind of people that are making the film, and same kind of budget limitations. The other thing that didn't work for this film is you're making a slasher film, and I can't think of a single really gory shot in it. As a matter of fact, it's all obscured by black trash bags.
Yeah.
Every time that they show a body, it's somebody that's just laying there on the ground with maybe a dab of blood here. If you're gonna do a slasher comedy, go for broke. Sam Raimi the shit out of it. Splatter, I mean, there should have been puddles of it everywhere.
Yeah, and that's another kind of downfall of this movie. There's zero real violence, zero nudity, zero anything. And again, because you got the one joke that you really liked. So I mean, there's that. But again, for me it works for what it is. Is it a good movie? No. but it's fun. It's fun and it's funny. Again, it's nostalgia for me. So that's why I dig it. I recommend it. So what do you think? Obviously you don't like it.
I can see the appeal of it, but it is not my bag.
Listen, I'm going to kill next at the football game. Click.
Did you hang up?
No, I just said click.
It's a skip for me. It is not something that I would recommend, but if you watch it and you enjoy it, you do you. I'm not gonna hate on you, but I'm happy to talk about the technical merits of this film. Just throw them down in the comments, I dare you.
I think that's all we got.
Oh, one real quick thing. This was released on Blu-ray in 2008, and then it was released on, it was released on DVD in 2008, and it was released on Blu-ray in 2015, and then it got a UK Blu-ray release in 2018. So if you want it, it's out there, and I will say that, if you're gonna buy it, buy the Blu-ray because this was shot to film. This is not some cheap video thing, which there's a lot of 80s films that were shot on the cheap.
Yeah.
This was not. So just wanted to throw that at you in case you were morbidly curious or you find it in the bargain bin. We will catch you next time.